Hey guys, Andrew here. This will be the third lesson of the sweeping series, where I'm going to go over 4-string sweeps. Now, 4-string sweeps, it's the exact same thing as 3, it's just, obviously you're just adding one more string. And the technique's the same, and I'm just going to show you the 4-string versions of the arpeggios that were in the 3-string video. So, first I'll start with our nice little friend, G major. And so, in the last lesson we went over this 3-string sweep, and to go down one more string to the D string will bring you to a 4-string sweep. So, we have the 10 on the E, to the 7, to the 8, to the 7 on the G, and the new addition is the 9 on the D string, which is the note B. And so, the picking pattern for this, almost the same as the 3, except instead of doing the turnaround in the 3, you're doing the turnaround on the D. Now let me show you what I mean. So you have your pick, pull off, up on the G, and then down on the D, down G, down B, and down E. So before, it was pick, up, down on the G, down, down. Now, you're just doing a turnaround on that D. Now these 4-string sweeps are much less common than the 3-string and the 5-string. I'm not sure why, because the 4-string would add up to 8. So 8 notes, which seems more natural than 3 or 6 or whatever the other ones add up to. But for some reason they're not used as much, but still it helps, progressing 2, then 3, then 4-string, then 5-string, then 6-string, then 8-string. So that's the first shape, the major one. Now, I can't do those as fast as I can 3 or 5, but it's not the point. Just make sure it's clean. That's what you're aiming for. You'll get better with time. So the minor shape, I'll go up to our A minor chord base. So same as the 3-string pattern, just you're adding the 10th fret on the D string. So it goes 12, 8 on the E, 10 on the B, 9 on the G, and 10 on the D. Alright, so the last pattern I'm going to show you is the diminished pattern. So before, when we had 3 strings, we had this. Now the note we're going to add is A on the 7th fret of the D string. So again, the pattern is pull off. Well, pick, pull off, up, down, 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 down. And if you want, you can do that upstroke again there, so you're already turned around when you're coming up. Alright, so for the workout of this 4-string lesson is, I can think of 2, but the first one is just the 4-string version of the 3-string workout. So before we had the that whole thing going up and down, except this time you're just going to do 4 strings. Whoops. But anyways, that's the pattern. I messed up, but you just keep going up and down the fretboard. So just start at a speed that you can comfortably do that exercise and work it up. To me, this is the hardest one that I've practiced the least, but I'm going to practice it more because now I've been getting more into practicing, which is kind of why I'm doing this. I've been working on my technique, and it just makes sense to share it with you while I'm working on my own technique. Now the other exercise that I just kind of thought of, it kind of stays in the same shape and is a little more melodic, but I start off with our G major chord, do a 4-string sweep, and then you just move the notes around, which you can do with any of these sweeps. And so instead of doing that 9, well, I do the 9, but then for the next shape, I'm just doing the C, the 10th fret, instead of the 9th fret. Now I'm trying to think of what that chord would be called. I don't know, it's the 6th note, I believe. It's a C instead of a B, which is the, oh sorry, it would be a 4th. So I don't know what you would call that chord. G add 4, something like that. And then so I just bounce between those two. So that's the idea. You're just bouncing around that low note just to get you in the frame of mind of writing with this kind of stuff. So, I mean, it sounds decently melodic, so if you think you can easily, I mean, I just did this for an exercise purpose, but you can easily write stuff out of this just by manipulating a few notes to make it sound, you know, not overly repetitive, and so it doesn't sound like an exercise. So that, I mean, oh, actually, I almost forgot. Before I go, I'm going to show you just a little chromatic thing that I work on for 4-string. So you get I think this is a major 7 chord. Either way, it's just starting there and just, you know, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7. And then when you get to the top, you invert it, and I don't know what that chord is called. But the actual exercise is, and the way you practice this one, or at least the way I practice this one, just like that. You move up and down the fretboard, you can go to different sets of strings, you can cross strings by doing something like this. Now I'm just rushing through it to show you, but that's the basic technique. Get all these things that I'm showing you, practice them to a metronome until you perfect them. Don't speed up until you're good at that particular speed, so you can play it perfectly cleanly, and then the next thing you know, you'll be sweeping anything you want. So, next video will be 5-string sweeps, and probably, actually that'll be it, just 5-string sweeps. I'll go over a few. Alright, see you in the next video.